recording start. Perfect. Okay. You see? You hear? Well, I assume you hear. You've been responding to me. It was the authentic Rusty Bucket experience. That's true. I just kind of wish I wasn't so stubborn about, no, I gotta do this, even though, yeah, I sounded very sick. I must thank you again, Andorra, for the gentle nudging where stuff is, because, yeah, I was so out of it. Like, when I did the bit where you have to hit the little passcode on the whistles to make a jiggy appear, and I was so out of it, like, the jiggy appeared, and I walked right past it. Hey, Boogie. Hey, what is this, Pig Latin? So I'm actually popping into Treasure Trove Cove real quick to put in those codes I got, and then I'm gonna head on over to Click Clock Wood. Maybe we'll beat the game tonight. That would be exciting. It couldn't have been an authentic Rusty Bucket Bay experience. Morri wasn't crying enough. Not emotionally, but my eyes were watering really bad for my allergies. Particularly my left eye. Usually it's like one eye or the other. It's usually my left eye that waters out of control. And I have dry eyes, so as soon as my eyes start watering, they start burning. I'm not gonna use my save state in front of Click Clock Wood because I remember that, oh right, I have these Cheeto codes I gotta go put in. I also did the first puzzle yesterday. I can put in that code. Oh, dang it, I have to redrain the water. I didn't even think about it. Just bumbled in here. Physically, it was authentic, not emotionally. I'm gonna regret that stream for a long time, but if people got a kick out of it, then that's all that matters. That crab is just waiting for me. No. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I actually wanted to do this before stream, like put in the codes, but I got distracted talking to my dad over supper. I made fiddleheads along with some pork tenderloin in the slow cooker and some mashed potatoes. Have I talked about fiddleheads on stream before? I don't remember. Oh, I didn't get the last honeycomb, that's right. I gotta think about where it is. It's on an island. But the honeycombs in this stage are in such an awkward spot to get, just in the water. It's like they're daring you to go out there when Snacker is afoot. Good. Just kill the dang crab. Thank you. I got the fiddleheads from the farmer's market. They're very expensive, unfortunately, but that was kind of to be expected. And they're a little bit of a pain to repair, because you have to clean them really well, so I wash them in several changes of cold water. Where am I going? And then you have to boil them for about like 10 minutes or so and discard that water, and I gave him another rinse. And then I pan-fried him. Snacker isn't a foot, he's a shark, thanks. That lousy cheat! Oops, for extra eggs! Won't help bear and chicken legs! See, that was a good rhyme, Grunty. You're doing better. Where is the F? Where is... It's right here. You hear fiddlehead and think ferns or something creepy crawly. They are a type of fern, I believe. They're named as such because they look like... They're ferns that coil in a way that look like the scroll on the head of a feather. Fiddle, not feather. Feather. It's hard to spell and talk. Bear and bird get 100 red feathers. 100 maximum now is... All my feathers, it makes me sick. Fly to me, your butt I'll kick. Oops. Wait. Didn't I get the gold feathers? I picked that up, right? Why is not work? Buh. Oh, you know what I think it is? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to redo stuff. Is, Yeah, the state that I saved was before I picked up that code here. Because I didn't close the game properly after I finished last time. Well, you know what? I'll go back and do it after. Let's just go to Click Clock Wood. Whatever. I need to get the Honeycomb and Gobi's Valley for Click Clock Wood too. Okay, let's just go back and do it now. Yeah, I didn't close the emulator properly last time because I just needed to, like, go and, like, wash my face and put some lotion on and blow my nose and just not feel like Garbo. Well, that's embarrassing, but you know what? That's to be expected. No, it means I didn't do the bottles puzzle. That's fine. I can do that again later. I mean, I'm more aware of what's going on now because my head is not stuffed full of cotton, so I think it should be okay. The Otter stream is still #1 in the Twitch hot tub category. That's so good. You know what they should also stream is capybaras in, like, hot spring. Some of you have to have seen, like, videos of capybaras in hot springs, right? You would love a cooking Morri stream? I've mentioned before, I've cosplayed Cooking Mama before, right? I don't think it would be the same. I don't be hard to set up cameras to do a cooking stream. Plus, I talk to myself a lot while I cook just to keep myself focused, but I guess it's like what I'm doing now. The cheats to unlock worlds and remove obstacles are funny. I know I've read them before. So there's the legitimate code you get from Cheeto. There's also other codes that are not from Cheeto that you can enter. But if you do, Grunty threatens to erase your save, and I think she actually does? That's what I've heard. You can do it in the Xbox port without your save getting deleted, but it disables Chivos, I think, for that current run. She does actually do it? Wow. Cosplay as Cooking Mama on stream. I still have the costume in storage somewhere. I mean, it's not a super elaborate costume. I had a white shirt and blue jeans, and I had the little kerchief and the yellow apron. Oh yeah, the cheats you get from bottles by solving the puzzles are goofier though. I think there's stuff like, it's like the classic cheats you'd see of like big head mode. Where's the R? Where it's right here. Cosplaying seems so fun. You want to do it someday? I really enjoyed it. I can't sew though, so there's some stuff I'd really love to cosplay but don't have the ability to really put a costume together. I was thinking before the pandemic hit, the next cosplay I'd want to do would be Hat Kid from A Hat in Time. But, well, who knows when I'm going to get to do that. Grunty will delete your save files if you use 3 of the door/obstacle cheats. Okay. Still? I thought I picked it up in this save. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. You know, whatever, who cares? I got the things. Doesn't matter. Hat Kid requires smug dancing. Oh, you better believe it. I've done the cosplay competition before where like you get on stage and do a little skit. And I've won awards for my skits in the past. It's hard to do it solo. Because there's the issue of, so you're by yourself, so you don't have anyone else to play off of. And you need to write a skit that I think will be accessible to the audience without requiring them to have an in-depth knowledge of whatever it is you're cosplaying. Because I've seen cosplays, skits during the cosplay competition where they're so full of in-jokes for whatever series they're from, or just requiring inside knowledge that, right, I have to go to Gobi's Valley. What's the quickest way? I guess just up. But yeah, like they're not fun to watch because I don't know what they're talking about. The other ones that annoyed me were the ones that were super out of character. How bright they are, your stupid shorts! A target for my dumb cohorts! If you had an apron, you'd cosplay as Mayor Penguin's wife from Paper Mario 64 and accuse everyone of murder. Only if you do it in a, what was the accent I was doing? I was gonna say Midwestern, but that's not right. Minnesotan accent. A video with the Hat Kid smug dancing to Dance and Chrono remix is great. I have not seen that. I'm reading this. You're supposed to get the stop and swap items in Tui. Oops, hang on. Automatically if you have a Kazooie save. You do have a Kazooie save, but it doesn't recognize it? What? Banjo's color scheme is good. You're surprised at how well yellow and blue work together. Those are rare as colors back in the day. The red and blue. I remember designing a website years ago, which does not exist anymore. I don't know if I ever actually uploaded it, or if I just designed it offline, but the scheme was all blue and yellow because of Rare. Oh, it's just her dancing over a bunch of different stuff. The guy cosplaying as Phoenix Wright, our battle will be legendary. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Eh. Like on top of a train next to that defense jazz scene from The Simpsons, etc. Oh, you mean, so say someone's dissing you, fly girl. You just give them one of these. But that's it. I'm leaving this desert to find some peace and quiet. See ya. I did not get the honeycomb piece in... Oh yeah, I should have waited. I don't care. Did not get the honeycomb piece in Treasure Trove Cove. Whatever. Just getting scorched to death because I don't care. I've wasted enough time. There we go. You know, I've seen that original scene in the original episode of The Simpsons, but now I just think about... Like, you lot have seen, somebody set this, remix of the song Dress Down to that particular clip from The Simpsons, right? The jazz dancing for self-defense. Dress down high up your knees, okay. That song. Okay, somebody knows what I'm talking about. Good, good, good. I was worried I sound like I was totally off my rocker. Simpsons Wave. You seen him dance to Last Surprise, like from Persona 5, I think? I still want to play that someday, so I haven't heard, well, deliberately sought out any of the music from it, but I've probably heard Last Surprise somewhere. I really like Rivers in the Desert. That's a good song. Maybe I'll play Persona 4 as my next major off-stream game. Once I'm done Danganronpa V3. Which I usually play in English, but I switched to Japanese voices just for a little bit because I was curious. And I don't usually keep up with like voice actors in Japan or anything. I learned to recognize voices without thinking about it, and I recognized a couple of the cast members. Mostly I was impressed at how much Himiko in English sounded like Himiko in Japanese. Anyway, this is Click Clock Wood. It's based on the 4 seasons. There's 4 season doors. You'd fully support Persona to be the next stream game. It'd be long, though, which is the thing. Like, that's a commitment. I think if I was one of those streamers that stream more often, I'd probably be more amenable to it, because then I would feel alright about switching games now and then. You get to see everyone fight about who's best girl. Who is best girl in your opinion, then? The notes... I can get them back when I go into the hub area, can't I? It's Oracle of Seasons now. Hi, Firebee! Nanako is clearly best girl. Somebody move this boulder! Naughty can't get in his house! And how is that my problem? You see people start streaming a Persona game and they're doing that for months. See? Like, I want to play it, but again, it would be a commitment. Which one is Nanako? If you describe what she looks like. I've probably seen her before. Mo is such an underrated Simpsons character. Oh, see, I only saw your first message where it got auto-corrected to now. How many... Come on. No, I don't know how this works. Then again, I've never tried planting eggs before. Maybe this is just what happens normally. Nanako is the little sister. Okay, that's what I thought. The one that always talks about Junes or something. Chie was the original, but Yukiko actually has some smooth flirting lines. Is Yukiko the one with, like, a long black hair and the red outfit? I don't know where he went. Okay. Goodbye, bird. He's been consumed by the void. Oh no! Jeez. My Bramblefield makes you yelp, and loss of life it sure does help. Chie looks cool from what I've seen. Like, she's all about just, like, kicking people into next week, right? Unpopular opinion, but you love Yukiko's laughter. If you had to transliterate her laughter, because I've never heard it, how would you transliterate it? So I can imagine what she sounds like. Oh, there's just eggs up there, I think. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Do desu ka? Look! Look! Spell went wrong. Mumbo's loincloth all dirty. You wash? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, it's only the second time I've ever seen that happen. Holy smokes. Blessed. Mumbo magic much good. Bee is best yet. What? No, I don't want to be the bee. I want to be the washing machine. Put me back. I do not rig things, I promise. Where is it? Can I show the cheats here? On. Hang on. Where? Boo, 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 boo. I'm trying to add a new capture here. Window capture. There. This is what the cheats menu looks like. Here. There's nothing selected. I didn't even know that, like, Project 64 provided its own cheat menu until Theta pointed it out last time. But yeah, there's nothing. It's just incredible. Sounds like I'll have to do something about being wishy-washy then. She laughs like an idiot at bad things. Oh, like me too! Well, I like Yukiko already. Same hat. You think that has like a 1% chance of happening. Whoa. I'm so happy it happened on stream! Because I think I was talking about it before. And I know there was some doubt as to whether or not such a thing actually existed. But it does. It did. It do be that way. And now I be that way. I could definitely rig the washing machine thing, but it's a lot of work. Oh, who has time for work? I can just get those as... Well, I'm here. Land. There's no land button. I don't know if this bee is, like, anatomically correct. It is very pointy, isn't it? I think he has the stinger on the wrong end. Play Earthbound and get Sword of Kings immediately. I think I've talked about it on stream, but... So, last I played Earthbound, I wanted to get the Sword of Kings for Pooh. And for those who don't know, Sword of Kings only drops from one enemy in one area, and once you clear that area, that enemy does not spawn anymore. So it's basically like now or never to get... No, don't fly that high. It's now or never to get it. And it has a 1 in 128 chance of dropping. And I don't know why I'm getting the Mumbo tokens. I don't need them anymore. So I spent a while killing these dudes who are irritating to fight, trying to get the Sword of Kings. And finally I got the Sword of Kings. So I decided to leave the area, and as I was heading towards the exit of the area, I got into one more encounter with those enemies. Guess what it dropped? You can't even sell it. They won't let you sell it. So it's just in my inventory, taking up space. Project 64 allows you to mess with the ROM's value via address like VBA, but if you don't know the exact values of things, you could end up having a hard reset.
Bzz. Hello, fat little bee. We Zubbas are guarding Grunty's golden honey piece. We've been told there's a honey bear out there.
I want it, but I can't get it. Why is the music in here so ominous? I love Grant Kirkhope's use of theremin to make something feel a little uncomfortable and ominous. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, you gotta get those Ekum Bokums just for the principle of it. You know, according to all known laws of aviation, Andor, no. No. I see what you're trying to do there. You're gonna be moving on out of here. If you keep that up. Earthbound could be RNG manipped. I've seen speedruns of it where the... What am I doing? I'm not Banjo. I don't have to adhere to the jumps. I've seen speedruns of it where at least the beginning has very careful RNG manipulation. Like to manipulate picking up super bomb items from enemies so they can kill the Titanic ant really quickly. But I mean, you can only keep up the RNG manipulation for so long because it requires so much precision and movement. Gosh darn it, I just want that gold feather because I don't have access to the bee in the other seasons. And the only way to get stuff from these snapdragon things is using gold feathers. You got the Sword of Kings, but you gave up on the magical frying pan. Yeah, I think the Sword of Kings was the only one I bothered to get. I think I tried to get Jeff's for a while, but you have to fight some kind of sphere enemy that explodes when you kill it. That's just annoying. If you can RNG manip to save time in an annoying drop, you'll do it. I don't blame you, because I mean, I hate just waiting around for stuff to drop. You did it for Ivan's ultimate weapon and Golden Sun. I don't even remember where you get that. I really wish this had a land button. Please. It's just one tap of A makes you go so high up. Oh, another memory of doing the stage and flying around the tree and going up to the very top and then trying to spin downwards during that sort of descending scale that you just heard a few bars ago. Sorry, it's Avina's bear trap. Where are my manners? Hang on, there's a Jiggy up here somewhere. Somewhere. This bee needs a turbo button. There it is! Better yet, Morri plays Earthbound, gets all the rare items ASAP, all of her attacks are critical hits, and all the enemies' attacks miss. That'd be so boring. I don't think there's anything else I need to do as a bee. Actually, wait, no, I lied. I think in the central area. Maybe? I think I can fly up and get something. Venus Lighthouse off of Purple Manticore. So yes, that's like last dungeon or something, right? Stop, stop. No! Why do you hate bees? Bees are friends, you weird goblin man. Yeah, that bit. I'd always fly to the top of the stage and then go spiraling downwards as it played. Here, I'm getting the notes. I'm getting the notes. Better. Might be something on the stump in the lake. Oh, you might be right. Isn't there something up here? Because I just remember you could fly up and get on the branches. Is there not anything up here and I just wasted time? Help me out, bee. Ooh. Give you Golden Sun 4, Nintendo Boy. I played Dark Dawn when it came out. You know, and it had been so long since they did The Lost Age. And then they had the gall to end Dark Dawn on To Be Continued? Or maybe it was The End with a question mark. Well, I thought there was something in there that you could only get to as the bee, but I guess not. Nothing in the hub area other than the notes in the ground. Oh. Blue egg on my face. Oh. I don't think I need that. Knock on wood. The final boss is tricky in this game, I think. At least for one section of the final boss. Where you have to use the beak bomb. Ugh. I'm kind of sad Dark Dawn is lackluster. You remember being hyped for more Isaac? I don't like the conceit of, like, a sequel to something, but now all the characters have, like, paired up and had children. It just kind of skeeves me out a little bit, I guess. Knock on wood. Click clock wood. Ubadaka. Actually, he's saying Umanaka. Which is, slang for certain bits lower down, let's say. I think that's Grant Kirkhope, actually, his voice. You know what's really funny / sad about Dark Dawn when I played it was, what's her name? Sveta? Like the kind of wolf girl character? I never used her unique abilities. Ever. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I felt like I got along just fine without them and I never bothered to bring them out. But I think she's actually kind of a broken character or something. Excuse me. All we know is that Matthew is Isaac and Jenna's kid. We don't know if anyone else paired up. Yeah, but just the whole conceit of them being like descendants. Just, I don't know, it just bugs me. Plus, the paper-thin disguise of the villain in that game was funny to me. Why are these birds so angry? Alright, okay, not yet. I cannot get in there yet as Banjo. Because the opening is too small. The final boss in Ukulele had an even worse flying section. Oh no. You thought you were the only one who struggles in the beak bomb phase of that fight. Oh no, the beak bomb phase of the last boss here sucks. Oh. Like, the beak bomb is fussy to aim at the best of times, but when you have like a moving target, ugh. Ugh. I'd rather take out a legion of the hell snowmen. Well, it's harrowing being on this tree. It's so easy to fall. Maybe I should drop down from over there. That might be safer. And then I don't. There we go. Okay. I've seen people stream this game and just fall off the tree constantly. And I feel a pang of sympathy because it's such a pain in the butt to get back up here. Why are there angry birds? Somebody should make a game about it. Rare snuck so much dirty humor into these games. Yes, especially Tuli. Oh, I think in Pterodactyl Land, there's that where Mumbo's hut is.
Napnut likes acorns. I'll just eat a few more.
Well, this clearly isn't Conker. Come on. No, I want... The wooden platforms are weirdly slippery. It doesn't help that where you fight Grunty, it's a bottomless pit. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Like bonking into her, or missing her rather, and falling off the level, and then having to restart the fight. Ooh. I may not read the chat too much here, because I should pay attention. Oh, you talked to your speedrun streamer friend about the beak bomb. Yeah, so do you have any hot tips for how to aim it? Always go to the center of the screen. That's good to know. Thank you. I will remember that for the final boss fight. What's in the egg?
Poor me, Eerie, mighty eagle. Need sleep now.
Oh, me too. Oh, I thought his eyes were just gonna stay open the whole time. You don't remember anything else you said. That's okay. Having sort of that frame of reference is good to know. You're kind of sad Garrett and Mia didn't hook up. I don't remember, like, any of their interactions from the first game. I always felt Golden Sun was light on characterization. But the music was good and the battle system was nice and very expedient. Whoosh. Wait, do I need to come in here as the bee? Is that what I was thinking of? There's something above me, is there? Ugh, there might be. I don't remember. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. They had a few you liked in Lost Age. I remember I liked Piers in Lost Age. Now he was kind of awkward. Oh, there's just a life up there. Okay. I don't need that. I'm good. Excuse me. There's a lot of Bumbo tokens in this level. I guess because the cost of the bee is so expensive. So they're trying to throw you a bone in case you missed some. Well, that's okay. I fell when I was on my way back down, but oof. I'm gonna kill some of these birds. Oops. Did I hear about the complaints for Nocturne HD? I heard that at least the Switch port suffers from some really bad frame rate issues, especially if it's in handheld mode. Which is kind of a shame, because I was thinking, I mean, wait until it goes on sale, but I'd like to play it at some point. The only thing that room in the Jiggy is in that room is the Jiggy and the extra life. Oh, good. Then I won't worry about it. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. I can't. Okay. Okay. But I don't know if there's more complaints than that. You're honestly really surprised to hear that Golden Sun had sequels. You had no idea. Yeah, there's the Lost Age with the really long password. I didn't have a link cable at the time, so I had to input the really long password. And then there's Dark Dawn on the DS, which I think was a disappointment.
Eerie hungry now. Need 5 caterpillars.
You can already count to 5. Good job, Eerie. Oh, put a shirt on, dude. They use a compressed soundtrack from the original game.
Eat hungry animals like caterpillars.
How can we trust Kazooie not to eat these caterpillars while they're in the backpack? Hello, Bubbly. Welcome. Oh, what movie were you watching? I like hearing... Get up there. I like hearing people tell me about the movies and shows they watch. Because I don't really watch much on my own. But I like hearing about it secondhand. There we go. I love how the musical style varies so much between the different seasons here. We have this waltz that just sounds thick and syrupy, which is appropriate for summer heat. The board is growing too powerful too fast. Please stop praying for my bird. He is too strong.
You look pretty strong. Can you move this boulder for me? Wow, what strength! Come inside, and I'll give you a reward. Oh, don't mind if I do, friendly beaver man.
No. Well, never mind. Can you just throw it down here, sir? No? Okay. Whatever. This was originally on the Nintendo 64, which is the version I'm playing, but it also has ports both on, so there's the Xbox Live Arcade version, and it's also in the Rare Replay collection on the Xbox. I know the versions on there might be preferable to play, especially if you've never played the game before. They're a little more forgiving, because they don't require you to get all the notes in a level in one go. Whereas in this version, if you die before getting all 100 notes, or you leave the level for whatever reason, you have to recollect them all. And it's pretty easy to die in some parts of this game. Like my Rusty Bucket Bay stream, featuring so many allergies demonstrating. Wait, no, I need to climb up for... No, whatever, I'll just climb up here. The beaver can't be bothered. No! No! I'm gonna have flashbacks. Oh, that's right, the Xbox version, do you mind, has a glitch with the notes. If you do the bonus puzzles before doing the level itself, then the notes that Banjo, this recording of Banjo, there's a Jinjo down there, somebody remind me to get it. The notes that Banjo picks up there, vanish in the levels themselves, so you can't get 100% completion, I think. No! Oh, they patched it. Okay, good. I will... No! No! No. Pop. I like the little pop noise they make when you pick it up. Messing up the password for Lost Ages is soul-crushing, I agree.
Too hot for magic. Mumbo wants suntan.
I mean, your skin is already, like, weird and kind of boily looking. And I mean, you have a mask on, so that's already gonna give you some gnarly tan lines, dude. Okay. Okay, good. There was a theory that Mumbo is a Jinjo, but Rare deconfirmed it. I've heard that theory, too. I felt like he didn't quite have the physiology for it, but then, I mean, who knows? It's Rare. Rare does do what they want. No! Freaking birds. There we go. Does Mumbo even have skin? You always thought he was some sort of wood totem sort of thing. He looks like he has kind of a scaly texture on his skin, but I mean, I don't know. This is just me guessing. Come on. Okay, just wanted to make sure I knew where the next platform was. There we go. I see you, bird. Yeah. You like how Mumbo gets himself a wife by the next game? No, he doesn't. Does he? Does he mention it in dialogue? I do not remember. You always wondered what he looked like under the skull. I used to wonder that too, but now I think, I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I want to see, considering just like how large his eyes are. Like, they feel large even by Rare character standards. Ugh. Go. Oh, this is so harrowing. Years of playing Mario, don't fail me now. That was a cute noise. I don't even remember what noise it was. It felt very undignified, whatever it was. He marries Humba and Nuts and Bolts. Really? They hated each other in Tui. Every time you went into Humba's wigwam with Mumbo, she would complain. This is the same Jiggy that's here in winter, right? Because I think you can come here in the winter time when the cabin's actually finished. Wow. Has anyone here played Nuts and Bolts? I am curious. I heard it wasn't actually that bad, but it just wasn't what people were hoping for in a new Banjo-Kazooie game. The cabin is shut in winter. Okay, fall. The cabin is more finished in fall. Because if I tried to make that jump, I'm pretty sure I would fall. Yeah, we get more platforms as the seasons go on. You always wonder what the point of the cabin is? I don't know, it's like a tree house, I guess. Uh-oh, no. Oh, I can go through the window? Doesn't, like, the cabin gets more finished in fall, though, right? Doesn't the, like, the Jiggy's still there. You really hate that it's referred to as a wigwam, and it's very clearly not a wigwam. Yeah, I think Humba as a whole is a little uncomfortable. She's very much a stereotype.
Nabnut's eaten too many acorns. I've got none left for next winter now.
Ugh, Nabnut, you're disgusting. Moderation, please. Ugh. Just feathers up here. Somebody at Rare probably had a lot of fun putting in those sound effects. Oh, I will take this caterpillar. I don't know why I shoved that guy. I mean, he was just minding his own business. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's not even chasing me down. I just tried to shove him to his death. Fart noises is Rare's bread and butter. It's like such a mean place to put one of those birds.
No! Yeah.
No, I mistimed that so bad. Where? Well, that was inevitable. Your theory is that this game was only made to use up a bunch of cartoon sound effects they had the rights to. They spent so much money on the sound bank, they gotta do something with it. Well, you know what? Maybe that was a good thing because now I can get this caterpillar. Eerie will be well fed tonight. A Link to the Past was one of the first games on the Switch Online. Because I've played Link to the Past on the Switch Online before. Are they still making games in the series, like new Banjo-Kazooie games? Probably not, since Rare doesn't exist anymore. Like, a lot of the staff members for Rare, when this was made, became Playtonic Games, I believe.
Bzzz, the honey bear. He's after Grunty's golden honey piece. Sting him, Zubbas.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
You wanna go? You wanna go, bees? Ora. He's beaten us. Well, we were getting bored of guarding it anyway.
What do you mean Super Mario Kart was just added? It's been there for a while. Right? Right? I've played it before. You started a playthrough of Link to the Past? Oh, I'm so glad. Where you at in it so far? The sounds make you nostalgic for A Link Between Worlds. It's so odd to think about that playing A Link to the Past making someone nostalgic for A Link Between Worlds when, for me, it's the opposite. You've only just reached the first dungeon. Good progress, though. Did you just start today? Link to the Past is your first Zelda game. Me too. I've mentioned before, but I used to watch my dad play it because I was too young to really understand the story and whatnot. I remember when he fought the Armos Knights, which are the first boss in the game, the boss of the Eastern Palace. And you use the bow to kill them, and then when you've killed all but one, the last one turns red and charges at you. And my dad would always just stand in the corner and mash the sword button to attack it. Because if you mashed it fast enough, you wouldn't get crushed by it. But then I later realized, why don't you just use the bow on it, like you've been doing for the rest of them, and kill it faster instead of standing there and mashing A, or B rather. Still not all that big on Link to the Past, honestly. That's fair.
Yummy! Juicy caterpillars, nice! Nom, 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 nom.
Phantom Hourglass is your first Legend of Zelda game. He's embiggening.
Very full now. Needs more sleep.
Ah, Phantom Hourglass. Some good concepts. That's my, like... If they were to remake a Zelda game, I'd like a Phantom Hourglass remake, but with, like, better controls and more music. Like, actual dungeon music. Actual, like, interesting dungeons. That would be nice. They spent all the budget on Linebeck's theme. I mean, Linebeck does have a very good theme song. You think a Link Between Worlds plot is better than the original? Yeah, A Link Between Worlds has, I think, more personality. And Ravio. I like Ravio a lot. Majora's is peak Zelda. Wind Waker has best Ganondorf, correct. Breath of the Wild is also great. I was concerned when I first played Breath of the Wild. Is there like a Jinjo or anything I need in here? Or anybody? Anything interesting in here? No? Is it just a life that's up there? Yeah. I'm gonna get it anyway. Yeah, I just like the sound effect. The little jingle. Yeah, there's nothing else I need in here. There was a Jinjo near Mumbo's, that is correct. The yellow one sitting in the wheats, the grass, whatever. But yeah, I was concerned about Breath of the Wild, just for me, because I don't really gel with open world games, because I find they get overwhelming, because there's so much you can do and so many places you can go. But I really enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I think like there's especially certain things like being able to set waypoints and having clear quest markers and keeping track of what you've done really helped. But I still had a big problem with what I call magpie brain, where I'll see something in the distance and go, oh, what's that? And then get distracted from what I was actually attempting to do. Like I mentioned that the Terrytown quest took me like 2 weeks. Where am I going? Here. Because every time I would start the game and be like, I'm gonna do the Terrytown quest. Oh, these bees are loose. I would get distracted by like, ooh, what's that? Spirit Tracks is alright. I think it had some good ideas, but like I think the overworld traversal with the train really held it back. And there were some things in Spirit Tracks I really didn't like doing. I remember the bit where you have to take ice to the Goron settlement was a pain in the butt. And the what are the demonic trains called? Are they just called demon trains? The one-hit kill trains? Where if they catch up to you, you just die? Like, that's stressful, man. Okay. Hello? Oh no, it's you two again! Gobi thought he was safe here. You are never safe from me, my friend. Wabam. Will you stop doing that? It took me ages to find more water. Oh, I'm sorry I missed your question, Bubbly, about the consoles that most Zelda games are on, but yeah. They're spread on several consoles. If you have a Switch, I know they're releasing the port of Skyward Sword on the Switch. If you have a Switch Online membership, there's a Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo Virtual Console. Link to the Past was my first Zelda game, so I have a soft spot for it, as well as the original Zelda and Zelda 2 on the NES. Yeah, if you've got a Wii, or a Wii U rather, you can get Twilight Princess, which is originally on the GameCube, but the Wii U port is polished, and especially the Wind Waker HD port on the Wii U added a lot of little quality of life things that I think made it an improvement over the original. I mean, not that original GameCube Wind Waker is bad, because it's not. It's fantastic. Beware, Morri the Malevolent Govey. Beware. Oh yeah, those demon trains are awful.
Buried Eerie, more caterpillars! Need 10 this time.
You don't need 10. I don't need that. I'm gonna ignore it. Please don't hold this against me. I don't need the Ekum Bokum. Pirated games strip your ability to control the train so you can't avoid the instant kill train. I love, like, malevolent copy protection. I think it's hilarious. How many notes do I have? 39! You like pulling the whistle? Yeah, I also pull the whistle along to the music. Okay. This is why I need these gold feathers. Oh my gosh, let me in! There we go. Crepes. A 100% is 100%. Why don't you go and get those Ekum Bokums, huh? I know, in 100% speedruns of this game, do they count the Mumbo tokens or only the notes, the jiggies, and the honeycomb pieces? Since those are the stuff that actually unlocks things.
Mumbo busy. Sweet many leaves. No magic today.
Oh yeah, the overworld theme in Spirit Tracks is really good. Oddly enough, you enjoyed using the train to get from place to place, but that could very well be your autistic brain. But yeah, the time sections are really obnoxious if you were slowed by anything. I can definitely see, like, the appeal of the train, but I felt like it hampered one's ability to... Like, it made me not want to explore, because just getting around with the train felt like it took a long time. No! You think I would learn to, use the Talon Trot to not slide down, but... If you get hit by a train in real life, it's almost always a one-hit KO. I don't like those odds, no. No. I feel like, ambivalent. I have mixed feelings about giving these caterpillars to Eerie because, I mean, clearly they're sentient. Sapiens, perhaps. And I'm just gonna shove them in the maw of this bird. Don't trust birds, I guess. Speedrunners don't include Mumbo tokens because they're not tracked on screen. There you go. 100 jiggies, 900 notes, 24 honeycombs. Sounds like a lot when you put it out like that, but yeah. Even sapient worms get eaten. Also, hello, Dawn! Big board requires blood of innocent. Eerie's parents abandoned him apparently, so you have to feed him. I remember learning that, I might get this a little wrong, but that eagles can only count to 2, because if they have a third egg in their nest, they'll ignore it or won't know what to do with it, so, scientific researchers will often take the neglected egg and then give it to, like, another eagle couple to raise. Eagles are not very smart birds, but they're predators, like, they're instinct predators, so they don't have to be smart, like owls. Yes, we need bag treat for bored facts. That's where I learned it from, actually. You got a new desk? Right, that's it! I'm off to the lava world. You'll never find me there! Lava world, huh? Let me up, let me up. Let me up. Oh, actually, can I just, like, climb this? No, I can't. Maybe I have to drop down from above on here, yeah, because I can't quite get up. You'll never find me in the place I literally just told you I was going. Well, we won't find him until the sequel. Spoilers. Eagles can count to 3. Red, white, and blue, baby. Is there anything I needed down here? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's no lava worlds. That's in the sequel. Oh, I'm gonna have enough feathers to... There we go. Ow. Whatever. I got your bounty. I care not. Boy. That's why Gobi goes to Witchy World first. Alright, our reward! If you're here, Bubbly, have you played any Zelda games before? I am curious if you're new to the series or not. Hello, Naughty.
Oh, here you are at last. I've been waiting months to give you this.
That's kind of weird, so time passes inside this tree as I go between the doors. Whoa, whoa. I think this is the only place where this music plays. It's cute. I don't think there's anything else I need in here. Just gonna check. I wish I could invert the camera controls. He wanted to ride some rides in Witchy World. There's, if any of you have played Tooie and remember the Saucer of Peril, there's like a mini game you can sometimes do at the Gold Saucer in Final Fantasy XIV that reminds me of the Saucer of Peril. It's very similar kind of rail shooter thing, but I've only played it 14 with Carrie, and she hadn't played Banjo-Tooie, so she was not familiar with what I was talking about. But I hope I don't miss any notes on the tree or something, because that's gonna be a pain to go back for. Ugh. Rare didn't have time to include the lava world in this one and use some concepts. It's interesting how they got to repurpose some of their ideas into other games, like Fungi Forest, the level in Donkey Kong 64 was, I think, originally intended to be a banjo level, if memory serves. Oh, the awful spinning stars part. Oh, and the sci-fi land or whatever it's called, where you have to go on the spinning star platforms. That bit? Come on, man. Well, you gotta be that way. Why are you so angry, bored? Nothing there? Okay. You're reminding me how much you're looking forward to the Gold Saucer in Remake Part 2. Was that not in Part 1? I'm surprised they did not get around to including the Gold Saucer there. You love Lava Ice World and Tooie, it's just so neat. Yeah, Freezeezy, or not Freezeezy Peak, Hailfire Peaks is a cool concept, if you'll pardon the pun. Climbing up to the planet at the top, yeah. That bit was fussy, I seem to recall. Shiver burn, that's right. No. Freeze flame. Hang on, that's not the right game. Is there anything I need by climbing up here? I don't think so. I think it's better if I just go around. Oh, part 1's after breaking Aerith out of Shinra HQ. Okay, wow. I'm surprised they didn't include the Gold Saucer, yeah. Well, surprised more because I feel like it would move more units. Because everybody loves getting sidetracked by the gold saucer. I don't actually remember where you encounter it in the game's chronology. Eh. Eh. Speaking of Tui, would people want a stream of Tui? Oh boy. You know what, this guy doesn't seem to be aggroing me, so I'm just gonna let him be. It'll let him be. So I do still have Kirby 64, and I was debating that maybe as another, like, quick game after this, because Kirby 64 I could do in, like, 1 or 2 streams.
Bzz, nothing in here for you now, Bear. We've all moved out.
Why are you still here? Did your friends leave you behind? Is this like Home Alone, but with bees? You down for me doing Tui? You Tui? You too? Moved out, but they're still there. Maybe they can't afford the rent in the new place. Or like everybody moved, but they didn't tell that last guy their new address, because nobody likes him. That's too sad to contemplate. A palate cleanser between the two would be good. I saw on my recommended list, or recommended videos on YouTube, some Kirby 64 stuff. Which is why I got it as a backup game last time. Yeah, here we go. The floor is finished now. So I can just grab the Jiggy. Tui is an undertaking. That's the other thing, which is why I think like Curb or something would be a good palate cleanser. Tui is much larger than Kazooie is. I could hear the caterpillar. Oh, there it is. Squeak, squeak. Because the worlds are so much bigger and there's a lot of backtracking. Oh, I guess I didn't need that caterpillar. I've got enough for... Oh my gosh, the camera is doing that Resident Evil thing. Where, you know, you move a few steps, but then the camera switches to a different... Whoa, perspective. And then suddenly your controls are the reverse from what you were anticipating. Ooh. You had no idea you could wait until the floor was finished. Yeah! Because it's a lot riskier to try and get it in the summertime. So might as well do the sensible thing, right? Hello, Nabnut.
Hi there, Bear Buddy. I need 6 more acorns before winter comes. Have you seen any?
I don't know how you're gonna survive on 6 acorns, but I guess you'll be really, really frugal. I love that little bit of, like, I don't know if that's theremin in the background, actually, like, keyboard. It's a lot longer despite fewer levels. I think, how many levels are in Tui? Oh, this is... Oh, oh! I didn't even press A. Thought I did. I didn't. Move, please. Move, please. No. No, no. No, no, no. Ooh, okay. Oh, no. Wait, why are people talking about 6 being a specific number? Hang on. Ooh. Okay. 90 jiggies. There's less jiggies in that one. I think you also need less jiggies to beat the game. I think to beat... Heck. Oh, okay. I think to beat this game, you need... how many out of 100? Like 94? Or no, I think to get everything you need 98 jiggies, and the last 2 don't do anything but add to your total. What the heck? You saw? I touched it! I touched it! You saw, right? Mimashita ka? 700 notes minimum. Oh, 6. That's right. You need 6 acorns. It is a weirdly specific number. What the heck? The hit detection on this acorn is awful. Again, I really want to get the camera, like, directly behind me. What? The heck? Yeah. maybe I'll try approaching it from another direction, which I'm nervous about doing because it's so easy to fall. Fall. Get it? Cause, you know. Yeah, in order to beat the game, you need to get almost all the jiggies anyway, so you might as well just do it, but I think Tui is more lenient on how many jiggies you need to get, which is good, again, because the levels are... Hit. Word jokes? Of course I'm gonna make word jokes. That's my job, is to make really bad jokes. I really want to know what Yukiko's laugh in Persona 4 sounds like. Because you said she laughs at bad jokes, right? That's... I want to hear it. Or rather, I want to... Could somebody, like, try and transliterate or transcribe it so I can try and mimic it, having never heard it before? Yeah, I'll take a clip of it. If you got one. I'm gonna get this freaking acorn. What? I'm clipping through it. I'm clipping through it. Why is the hit detection of this one acorn so garbage? Give me... Oh my god. I got it. Snicker? Like... like that. Although, probably a little more ladylike, I suppose. She looks like a very elegant, ladylike sort of character. In Tui, if you're diligent with collecting jiggies, you can practically skip the final level. Where's the fun in that? Nabnut, your house is infested. Belongs to the caterpillars now. I mean, I can only give 10 of these to Eerie, so these are just gonna, like, sit in my pocket forever. I guess it'll be like Kazooie's snack. I was in the grocery store earlier, and I passed by the Lunchables, and then right next to them, for the same price for the adult Lunchables. Like, it's the same thing, except now instead of, like mini mini pizzas! It's dry salami and fancy cheese. The squeaky caterpillar noise concerns you. We just need to oil them up a little bit. That's fine. Nabnut, you idiot. You didn't even look next to your bed. I bet Nabnut's the kind of guy that, like, leaves money in his pocket whenever he does the laundry. There's like a shredded 20 in his lint tray. You hope I clip that? I'll have to clip that and whatever, like, the cute noise from earlier was. Okay. Well, it was inevitable I was gonna fall off the tree a few times, but... The very oily caterpillar. May Eric Carl rest in peace. I heard he passed away the other day. I guess I'll just give them to you now. Don't eat them all.
Nabnut hasn't got enough acorns yet. Keep looking.
I'm working on it. I don't know, maybe you should expand your diet a little bit. Maybe, like, cook some bird? There's a lot of poultry around here. Become a carnivorous squirrel. Make the clips you want to see in the world. I keep meaning to make clips in my stream and then I forget. And, like, I'll put something on YouTube and, like, aw, dang, I should have clipped that. Like, the really bad joke I made about in, Bowser's Inside Story, where you beat mid-bus, and then Bowser cools off his insides by putting his mouth over mid-bus's nose. And Theta said that's how Bowser catches COVID. And I said, I think you'd be more likely to get swine flu. Huh. Jokes! Anyway, bored. Oh yeah, you just found how to make clips? Cute noises in a Morri stream. You don't know how little that narrows things down. Well, if that's part of my appeal, I'll take it. There you go. The clip button is like it's a little director clipboard in the bottom right corner of the video. You can even do it while the stream is broadcasting. It'll open in another window.
Thank you, Bear. Airy Sumpy Big Bird must have sleep first.
Grow more powerful, little buddy. Who's changing his diaper? Oh, you can even use Alt-X. I didn't know that. That makes sense. But yeah, so if you ever want to make a clip of like a moment you see while you're streaming, it doesn't have to be my stream, anybody's stream, that's how you do it. I end up giving almost every character in this game a Russian accent eventually. I think I'm gonna blame Kazooie because I don't even know where I picked it up from, but whenever I see bird, I want to go bored. Is bored. And Kazooie is bored. And it's there. And nothing else I need here? Okay, I do have to get the thing on top of the flower, though. You can't find a video of her laughing in game? Well, that's just more of a reason for me to get off my butt and play it, right? Okay, where's Big Flower from here? I'm always nervous about descending the tree. If I accidentally fall too far and kill myself from fall damage, it's so many notes I have to get again. Banjo is a bear. Wait, what's the context for this? Did I say something and not realize it? Also, are the nabnuts acorns not all... Oh, there's one there. Not all in fall. Because I kept thinking, aren't they near his hut? His house? Yes, there's one here. I feel like there's one more nearby. Oh. Scary. Scary. Get it! Get it! Where is the last acorn? Oh, it's up here, isn't it? Yeah, I just neglected to go on this path. Bears are a Russian icon, I see. How can a bird snore? Probably the same way Kazooie talks, I guess. Like, you know, animators always... Nothing in the background hidden by the camera right now. Animators always giving birds, like, really malleable beaks. Or even teeth. You got another idea, huh? Is it Morri just play Persona 4 already? Here you go.
Yippee! That's all the acorns I need. Here, take this. I'll see you in spring.
Well, if you're not starved to death, sure. I mean, considering you ate a huge pile of acorns all by yourself, I don't know how you're gonna subsist on a half dozen. Those were really big acorns, though, and they did have eyeballs, so that's gotta be, like, extra protein. Okay, there's the flower. That's an option, too. I mean, I do want to play it at some point, so I might do it after Danganronpa. It's always hard thinking of a stream schedule. Not that I'm streaming, like, Persona 4, but just in general. Okay. I guess I can approach it from the top of the beehive. Extra protein eyeballs, yeah! Oh wait, you think the eyeballs are just gonna go away when Nabnut snacks on it? No. There we go. You got something, it's not the best example, but it'll do. I'm very curious to hear this. Where am I in Killing Harmony? I am in Chapter 3. I'm in the middle of the class trial for Chapter 3. I think, yes, I'm in the middle of the class trial for Chapter 3. And I won't say any more because I don't want to spoil it for someone. But yeah, I enjoy Danganronpa, but I don't know if I could recommend it in good conscience, because I think it has a lot of stuff that people would find objectionable. And like, I like the cast of the third one. I think it's probably my favorite cast out of the 3 games. The 3 main games. I haven't played, like, Ultra Despair Girls or whatever. But except for Miu, I don't like Miu. It's because of like all the super aggressive, sexually inappropriate comments she makes all the time. She's kind of uncomfortable. I've actually played up to... I finished chapter 5 when the game first came out. I'm going to check out this clip here real quick. But yeah, I played up to chapter 5, and then I went on vacation after I finished it, and I got sidetracked because I couldn't remember exactly where I was.
Here, Chia, your turn.
Don't content claim me, Twitch.
Fine.
Hang on. Oh, I muted the whole thing. Oh. Her little, like, snort. That's cute. That is cute. Thank you, Theta. How could I not recommend a game where children murder each other for freedom and die a horrible, gruesome death if they get caught / don't catch the killer? I think Danganronpa works in part because, like, the premise itself is bleak, but the game itself is goofy. Not that, like, it doesn't have pathos and, like, moments where it's genuinely disturbing, but it's goofy enough that I'm not really bothered. And Monokuma is really fun. I can't remember who voices Monokuma in English, but they do such a good job. She laughs at the dumbest things. In Blaze Blue, she laughs uncontrollably at Kanjibrella. She sounds like a woman after my own heart.
Mumbo's on vacation, you hairy fool! Come back in spring!
How dare Mumbo have a life outside of providing services to me, his most loyal and only customer? Guess there's nothing I need up here. Well, I had a customer that was so rude this morning. Usually we don't get the really rude ones early in the morning. I think they come more in like late afternoon or in the weekends. But so because of the way our store is set up for the pandemic, when you order, there's designated spots to go wait and pick up your drink, and partially that's to keep us safe so people don't crowd around the counter like they want to do, but also it keeps the handoff area clear so when people come and pick up like their online orders or whatever, there's not people in the way. And this guy ordered, and I was making his drink, and he came and stood right in front of the espresso bar area, ignoring the signs on the back that said, please wait here. And, you know, I thought maybe he just didn't see him, because some people don't see them. And I said, would you mind waiting on the spot by the window? And he said, yes, I would mind. And I explained, well, it's important that we keep this area free. And he just cut me off and said, nope, you got a plexi right here. I'm not going anywhere. Like, what? Well, I have some choice words for that person, but I won't share them here. Is there a honeycomb in the middle of the ceiling of one of those Mumbo huts, or was that a different world? That was a different world. That was... oh, I don't remember what world that was. But it was... I remember getting that one, because it took me a couple attempts to actually get it. Do I need to kill these snowmen for, like, a jiggy or anything? I mean, I think I'll probably do it anyway because they annoy me. Yes, I will get the honeycomb piece that's under the water, but I'm going to wait until I've gotten all the notes because I don't want to accidentally drown. Karate chop that dude in the neck. Oh, boy, you know, it's... I think about, well, not karate chopping exactly, but it's just... what is wrong with you? I think what's really upsetting is just, like, just because of how bad things are here. And you still get people like that that don't take it seriously. Oh, it's an Ekum Bokum. I don't need that. I turn up my nose at your Ekum Bokums, sir. Sir Slush. That's Chrono Trigger. There's so many of these guys. Okay, I will get that in a mo. I think there might be like one more snowman. Yeah. Beamerang to the face! Darn Skippy. Boy, I haven't gotten it yet, but apparently the Bug Fables art book is now just available to the general public and not just Kickstarter backers. I want to get in on that. You can't remember who said it, you just remember the line, "Officer, I drop-kicked that child in self-defense." Nearly threw hands with a 13-year-old, or however that video title went. Okay, where was that snowman next to the Gruntilda Switch? There. Yeah, it's, I believe you can get it on Steam. Like, if you look at the Steam page for the game, the art book is there. And the publisher, Dongan Entertainment, also released like a little merch store. So there's a couple items of Bug Fables merchandise you can get, like some phone cases with really cute illustrations and like a mug. And t-shirts with, or shirts with Tangy and Cerise on them, but they're only baby onesies. Which is so sad. Why not make those in big size? Maybe I would like to wear a Tangy shirt. Except I wouldn't, because I don't think orange would complement my skin. Ugh, you're still here? I missed a snowman. Do you hear? No! I was gonna say, did you hear that screeching? You know what? I'm just gonna... This is good. This is good. I'm gonna kill that stupid snowman. Yeah, the mug art is really cute. I think they added... I don't know how to access them, but they added trophies in their house in Snakemouth Den too that decorate the walls so they don't look quite so barren. I really wanted... I don't know if... It probably wasn't added, but I really wanted some, like, dialogue about them having a house, especially Leaf now having a home. I really wanted the game to acknowledge that in some way, but that's okay. Sorry, I'm still bug posting. I've never stopped bug posting. Never having kids, what good'll that do ya? Yeah, same here. Hard pass. I was out for a walk earlier today, and I passed this kind of, like, Montessori academy, I don't know, preschool, whatever setup, with, like, a bunch of toddlers. I guess they're, like, doing their recess outside with, like, 3 adults trying to herd them. Like, I was going to the store on my walk, and I passed them on my way to the stores. They're all just going ham outside, you know, screaming and running around, and I thought, boy, unbearable. And then as I was coming back from the store, maybe like 15 minutes later, the adults were trying to corral them and head them inside, and they were singing a song, you know, like, everybody line up, line up, line up, and some of them were just running away and like, no, I'm going on the slide again, you can't stop me. And I thought, boy, I'm glad I do not have that job, because I would lose my mind. You must have to really, really like kids to do that kind of thing. You can't help but picture Team Snakemouth working at a restaurant. V would sassle the customers. Kaboo would constantly have to balance cleaning, cooking, and apologizing for V. And Leaf would spend all of his time eating the desserts. Yes, this is correct. Headcanon accepted. We need like a restaurant cooking minigame, but it's Kaboo doing all the work. Everybody else is just slacking off. Did I ever have to live with a young kid? Not really. My brother is 5 years younger than me, although I used to live with a roommate, and it wasn't a great situation because she would do things like... Is there anything in here in the winter? I guess not. But, like, she would invite people over and have, like, big parties without telling me. I know at one point she was away. She had left to visit her family in the Philippines, and so she was going to be away for, like, a month, and she didn't tell me she gave a key to the house to one of her male friends. So I heard someone come in the house one day, and I peek downstairs, and there's this strange man standing inside the front door, and I'm like, well, I'm dead. Nice knowing all of you. That was terrifying. Oh yeah, I was terrified. And another instance, she was in the house at the time, thankfully, but like, he mistook my room for hers, and like, I was sleeping at the time because I had to work early in the morning. And I'm woken up by this strange man opening my door and coming into my room in the middle of the night. It's like, well, I'm dead. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, there's notes on the roof of the house. Thank you, Endora. I just didn't see them. Like that house over there, right? Right? No, I didn't find them online. They actually posted, oh. They posted on like a community bulletin board in our store that they were looking for a roommate, and you know, like they themselves were nice. They didn't communicate well. And it was like for instance, if I wasn't allowed to wear bare feet on the hardwood, like which is what the kitchen was tiled in, because my feet would leave footprints. Not like my feet were dirty, but it's just, you know, the oils in your feet. Yeah, in the middle of the night. Oh, it was, terrifying. You almost tackled your mom for opening the door in the middle of the night. I have this fear of like people coming into my room to kill me in the middle of the night. That sounds very dark to share, but that's what it is. But yeah, anyway, I mentioned this. That was a big tangent. I mentioned this because my roommate's mom, again, I wasn't told until our landlord mentioned it. My roommate went again back home for Christmas for like a month. And our landlord had come by to like check the pipes and all that. And really, dude? Okay. Anyway, and the landlord mentioned that my roommate's mom was coming back to visit. And I knew that. I thought it would just be for like maybe a week. And my roommate was like, oh no, her mom is... she said her mom wants to stay for like a month. Like, excuse me? Moshi, what? And so her mom was just there. And she was just like in the house all the time. And at one point, her mom started, again, they didn't tell me, her mom started babysitting like an infant, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say like 10 months old or something. And like they would bring this kid over at like 6 in the morning. And of course the kid was loud, and they'd always be playing like horrible, obnoxious YouTube videos on the TV to keep the kid occupied. And I would find things like dirty diapers on the kitchen counter, and her mom unfortunately did not speak English. So I wasn't sure how to communicate with her, like, yo, don't do this, this is not cool. And of course, they installed, like they drilled in like a baby gate at the foot of the stairs, so I had to navigate that every time I wanted to go up to my room. And it was frustrating when, oh, hang on.
Acorns.
How did you get a girlfriend? Like, you can't provide. Maybe she does all the providing for the family because Nabnut is useless. But anyway, even, like, people would be over and I would come home from work. And they'd all be cooing about this toddler like, oh, isn't she so cute? I hate it when people are like, isn't this baby so cute? Because I don't like babies. I don't think they're cute. I'm never going to be mean to a small child. Do not be mean to small children. But I don't like them. Anyway, sorry. Shiny thing behind the box. What, in the roof? I don't think there is anything else in there except for the eggs and the honeycomb piece. How did you get a girlfriend? Proceeds to stand on her face. Yeah, no bare feet in kitchen, or like, so we would hand wash most of the dishes, and we had hard water, so like sometimes you would get spots like left on spoons, and I got called down by my roommate once and shamed for like, there's like a spot on this spoon because I guess the water evaporated off the top of it and left like a hard water stain. Anyway, big boy!
Eerie, mighty eagle at last! Watch me as I fly into the sky! have reward for Bear Friend. Here it comes.
Can you at least, like, wipe it off a little bit? Ugh. Oh, Kazooie, don't do that. Oh, it was health from an enemy I killed. Okay, thank you. Sorry, like, I missed the chat for that whole bit as I was sharing horrible anecdotes. Don't underestimate a loot goblin. Is that what you are, Theta? A loot goblin? I'm really glad there's flight pads in this level to make up for all of that. Where's the nearest one? Is there one below me? Yeah. Yeah, spotting happens while hand washing stuff. But apparently I was being negligent. Like, she called me downstairs to my room. It was like, I need to talk to you. Because there's a spot on this spoon. Ugh. Anyway, not in that living situation anymore. Not gonna slide off this tree. Ice physics. If she eats all the jiggies, how do they get out? She spits them out in the backpack. I hope. Otherwise, you just hold Kazooie upside down and just shake her. I'm missing a Jinjo. Where's the last Jinjo? Although, judging by, like, I have all the other colors, maybe the first one was in spring somewhere. Yeah, a hard water stain is unacceptable roommate behavior, but giving out the key to people, having unannounced parties, and having a toddler and leaving dirty diapers out is fine. I mean, on one hand, I kind of wish I had tried harder to communicate with her mom. Sorry, my eyes are watering. Whoa, they're so dry. But I didn't want to just plug stuff into Google Translate because, you know, like, you can't really trust Google Translate, and that would feel really disingenuous. Where the heck is the last Jinjo? I need my fix. It's like a Korok. You ever get addicted to finding Koroks in Breath of the Wild? I did not even remotely get all of them because that would take so long. But sometimes you need that little yahaha. Loot Goblin is nicer than what your friends call. What do your friends call you? I didn't get a Jinjo in this season, so it's, yeah, I mean, it's blue. It should be here in winter. Was it in the house, maybe? I don't think I went in the house. Or no, the cabin's closed in the winter. Yeah, can't get in. Oh, it's outside Mumbo's hut in winter. Did I just, like, walk past it then? Oh, one of the eyes. Oh, okay, yeah, I just didn't see it. Whoops. That poor flower, we worked so hard to grow it out of, eggs. No, it's dead. Oh, okay, here it is. That's why I didn't see it. It's on top. There we go. Oh, you can't say terms of service. Goodness. Theta, I think you need nicer friends. Oh yeah, as long as it looks clean, that's all that matters. I realize now you're talking about the spoon, but I thought you meant like the jiggy that we picked up from Erie. As long as it looks clean, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for this honeycomb piece now that I have all the notes. I may die. This is one of the honeycomb pieces I really don't like getting because it's stressful. Because I have to swim underwater. And your air will drain twice as fast. Wow, I have, yeah, all the notes. Okay.
Yes, that's right. Swim under there. Icy water takes double air.
There's also, like, an extra life at the very end of this. You may have glimpsed underneath the ice over there, but it's like, you're probably gonna die getting it, so what's the point? There's so many more that are easily accessible. Whew! There we go.
Core, I don't usually get visitors in winter.
It reminds me, I should probably be giving these guys, English accents, since Rare is from... I'm still trying to remember the city where rare originates from. It's in England. It starts with a T. Call blimey. Twycross. Twycross? I don't know. You never pronounce them how they look like Edinburgh. Well, that's Scotland, not England, but Gloucestershire. Worcestershire sauce. Oh no. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. This is what I was afraid of. Oh, rip me. Rip me. Oh.
You blew it.
Rip. It actually says Twycross on the Rusty Bucket. I didn't even notice that. You're right. Well, to be fair, you know how my brain was at the time. Here, give me 1 sec. I need to. My eyes are watering really bad. I'm just gonna mute myself while I dry them off. Okay. There we go. I can see a little better. Do you mind, rude bird? I got the notes. It's all that matters. Oh, that's right. I gotta transfer him back into the bee. I gotta bee leave. Ow. Give me a chance, dude. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I'm a bee. Right back. Oh, my eyes are still watering. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, are folks good to finish the game tonight? There's still a little bit left. Like, this is the last world, but there's a thing, and then there's some cutscenes, and then there's another thing, and then there's the ending. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, but if folks are good to go, kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach you are sure to beat you, but nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from Morri. Now breathe. Don't stop, keep it going. That's what I like to hear. Oh, you'll have to get going in a few minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. There will be the recording. Some trivia and fighting, perfect. I have a soft spot for dumb trivia challenges. Wait. You know what, Parappa, like the first Parappa is really hard, can I say? Like the timing's really fussy. I never owned the first Parappa. I own Jeremy Lambie and Parappa 2. Are you kidding me?
Banjo must stand still or spell go all funny.
No way! No! What? No. It is not rigged, I promise. I have done nothing to the code of this game. Oh my god. I do not rig it. I promise. There is nothing going on. I don't know how else to prove it. I know. What? No. Impossible. I still haven't seen the T-Rex. Trying to leave the platform earlier can impact it. I've heard that you can turn into it, like be turned into a T-Rex accidentally, but I've never seen it happen. You've had it happen several times. Okay, yeah, maybe trying to leave the platform earlier impacts it. But yeah, I've never seen the T-Rex. But in the second game, you can be a T-Rex for real and a washing machine for real. The washing machine shoots underwear out of the front. It's clean though, it's fine. Oh, the T-Rex doesn't actually appear. Mumbo Jokes will do it, but then doesn't. Okay. I had it in my head it does. Woohoo. That's it. Okay. In the note door. Let's go to the final boss as a bee. B. Oh, it isn't Kazooie? This feels anticlimactic. No little dance, no bow, just B. All jiggy. You've never seen a T-Rex? Maybe it was your cousin that told me. Oh, you mean my cousin whose uncle works at Nintendo? Amongst...
What do you want? Join me now and dump the bear. That little backpack, then I'll wear.
I read that one already. Between my brother, myself, and my brother, myself, and our two cousins. I was always heralded as the one that was best at games. Yeah, surprise. It's a board game?
Welcome all, Grunty's the name. Banjo's here to play my game. My lair is done, and here he stands, through all my tricks and traps and lands. This final test will see me win. When Banjo fails, then I'll be thin. The prizes on this stand bring joy, from Tootie down to cuddly toy. My little quiz will make you sweat, and Tootie you shall never get. 'Cause somewhere, soon along the way, your lack of skill will make my day. 'Cause in the fiery pit you'll go, and I will win the prize on show. So step on over to the square, press A to try it, if you dare.
Yeah, we're doing Mario Party, apparently. Wasn't Grunty the machine? Well, she had to come out to play Mario Party.
A little answer's all I seek about this game, you furry geek. A bubble fish who's really tame, in Clanker's cavern, what's his name?
His name is Gloop. I failed to get one of his bubbles and died.
A lucky guess, you got it right. The next square's yours without a fight.
No, I didn't read it, whatever.
See the picture on my screen. Do you know where you have been?
That looks like Freezeezy Peak. So yeah, the Banjo-Kazooie squares are trivia about the game. The eyeball squares are guessing a location. I love this part of the game too.
Hear the crowd, they boo and hiss. To see you fail, they would not miss.
I always love this part of the game. So the reason we've been talking to Brentilda is because of these.
I think it's time, so let me see how much you know of little old me. A little more, it wouldn't hurt. What would I have for dessert?
It's rat sorbet! Eyeball ice cream made from acorns.
That's a secret, how'd you know? Did my sister tell you so?
I would actually go out of my way to do as many of these as possible.
Tell me now or your life I'll chomp the frog's name in Bubble Gloop Swamp.
They are flibbits. That's an icon. Oh no, that's a crab. That's not a flibbit, that's a crab. Rat sorbet! Oh, this is a musical question.
Listen carefully to this tune. Which world's it from, you furry goon?
Thinking about those flower pots that, say, thank you, allegedly. The grunty questions are randomized each playthrough, that is correct. So even on speedruns, I've seen them, ask Brentilda, talk to Brentilda a couple times.
Just one chance to get this right. Win a joker and help it might. When your air meter's on the screen, how many segments can be seen? Oh, jeez. I want to say 7? Or is it 6? Crap. 7? Oh, it's 6. Well, fail a square and you'll feel pain. Please press A to try again, except I can't. Not in the Joker square. The energy that you have found won't stop me making Tootie round. Thinking about those beans. Clanker the whale stuck down in the goo. In Clanker's cavern, what does he do?
A massive dishwasher. He's a garbage grinder. Well, if he eats garbage, it's like washing dishes if you have no dishes left to wash.
Prepare yourself to take a whack. Pick this test. You won't come back.
Clanker is a shark. I don't know, well, I mean, he's got shark fins, but he's got a blowhole like a whale. Maybe he's just a horrific amalgam of the two.
The name of your game you must spell backwards, though. Be quick as well.
Oh, geez, K-I. It's not, oh, it is written on the wall. I thought she took it off. Okay. O. O. Z. A. K. Where's the K? Where's the K? Where's the K? Here it is. O. J. Where's the J? Orange juice, orange juice. N. A. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. B. Like what we just were. Your cousin showed you how to face a secret boss, and it's sexy grunty. You'd show you, but you don't remember exactly what you did, or what he did. Oh. If only we could all have a cousin whose uncle works at Nintendo. See the picture on my... Yeah. Where have I been? Tell me, grunty. Oh, that's harder. Oh, I think that's Erie's nest. I'm pretty sure that's Erie's nest. Yeah.
Freezeezy's igloo isn't square. How many bears can fit in there?
I mean, there's 3 in there. Oh. Okay. I guess maybe with, like, Banjo in there?
Get more wrong. Yes, that's the way. The crowds are happier today.
I guess it counted Banjo?
Gingers are a crafty lot on Treasure Trove Cove. Where are they not?
They're not inside a giant treasure chest. Banjo and Boggy? I don't know. And Boggy, okay.
You pick up items on the ground. Which one makes this silly sound?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Blue whale? I missed the secret blue whale pickup. Yeah, Boggy doesn't get to live in his house. I kind of want that Joker, honestly.
Here's 3 answers. One you'll pick. What's my amazing party trick?
Rare. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure it's to blow up balloons with her butt. Yeah, Boggy does have a wife. We actually do see her in the sequel.
Mumbo's Mountain is a thriller. What's the name of the gorilla?
Gorilla. It's Conga. Think about those beans. I was looking for beans in the grocery store the other day, and I was muttering to myself and thinking about those beans.
My hungry shark will end your game. On Treasure Trove Cove, what's his name?
Snacker. Ooh. Mom, Dad, what's a striptease?
In Mumbo's Mountain, you don't know. What does that big gorilla throw?
Barrels. Oh, this is Conker's Bad Fur Day. Orange. Orange.
Each Joker card that you have got will skip 1 question. That's your lot. Press B to use it, you little cheat. When on a square, you get cold feet.
Okay, this one, if you get wrong, you will die. I'm gonna save the Joker, because I think... Yeah, there's some other ones later. I really want the Joker for the last square.
Get this wrong for Grunty's sake. Then a lava bath you will take.
Something you wouldn't want to see Grunty do. If anything, people would pay her to put on more clothes. Maybe if it's a sexy version.
Listen carefully to this tune. Which world's it from, you furry goon?
I'm gonna munch. I'm gonna crunch. I wonder how many people saw that vine and had no idea where it's from. Rusty clock wood? Oh, I almost scrolled too far. Like, probably there's more people out there that have not played Banjo than have, right? There's a speedrun glitch that uses the death panel to skip the rest of the game. Oh, I'm assuming, like, you bounce in the lava and land on the side or something, right?
Look at my build, muscles taut. What's my most enjoyable spot?
Sports. Oh, I feel like it was Luigi flicking. Yeah. I'm gonna have an allergy attack. Oh, it wasn't that. There's only 2 insta-death. Well, yeah, let's keep going this way.
You found enough, you know the score. How many notes for the first note door?
I think it was 50. You don't actually fall off and you barely stay on. You have to activate a panel while standing on a different panel to put you in a weird state and let you just walk to the end. Cool. See, yeah. Do I know where I've been? Oh, it's... Actually, no, this is Bubble Gloop Swamp. I was gonna say it's Erie's Egg, but no, that's Bubble Gloop Swamp. Something that deactivates the wall between them so you just pass the rest of them. That's cool. Have a good one, Joe. Thank you for joining us. Or if I've been grunty, tell me. There's a weird screenshot. Kind of looks like Clanker's Cavern. Actually, no, sorry, it's Mad Monster Mansion. It's the weather vane. Woof.
You should remember, but we'll see. If this is heard, where would you be?
When you fail the insta-death panels, the barrier is keeping you on the board game disappear. Oh. Never eat sour weenies? Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
Grunty's got a beautiful pose. Where do I get my delightful clothes?
The trash can. I think it's the witch's warehouse. Okay. Oh, northeast, southwest. I see. See, I couldn't even parse what those were.
Your moves are slow, style they lack. What's the name of your jump attack?
Billabong Beak. It's the rat-a-tat rap. Banjo is literally hearing music wherever he goes. I guess it's like the music is played on the same PA system that Grunty's announcing from.
Clanker's Cavern really stinks. His massive chain, how many links? Really?
Roku? Ugh. Watch the news also works. That's... Man, I don't know, Grunty.
The box in the hold of Rusty Bay. How many to break would you say?
Oh. Like the big TNT box that I just... 9? I don't know, Grunty. I didn't count. I just ran into it with a gold feather.
Gobi's cactus conceals a prize. Tell me what if you think you're wise.
Oh, okay. It's a piece of sponge cake. Mmm. Uh-oh. Can I use my gold feathers?
Little stings that make a bear shout. Whack them all before time's out.
Yeah. Heck bees. Oh, I guess I shouldn't jump. Just stand here. Woohoo. Okay, I'm just looking ahead real quick. So I've got 4 jokers. I know this is wimping out, but I'm going to use them on these. Because these can be any questions.
Your joker misses out a square. Accept the test you did not dare.
And I mean, they could be like a grunty question or something like how many chains on Clanker's chain, like in Rusty Bucket Bay. Or Clanker's Cavern.
An extra life I do not care. It will not help you, scruffy bear. See the picture on yeah.
Oh, this is, Gobi's Valley. Where the snake came out of. Oh, the Insta-Death squares can also be mini-games, one of them being the contest against Mr. Vile. Ugh.
The charmer helps you on your way. In his pyramid, what did you pay?
Egg. How long have you been playing this? That's not actually like... It doesn't ask how much your game time is, does it? 'Cause I don't know what all the questions can be.
Let's see if your memory's foggy. What's the name of my pet doggy?
Rare. I think Ripper? No. Did we get that one? I don't know. Rare.
I cannot lie, I tell the truth. What's hanging from my bedroom roof?
Rotting fish. No.
Oh, hey, Spooter, welcome. Grunty's cute, she's quite a dame. What was my first boyfriend's name?
Undead Ed. Dirty Betty. No, it's Undead Ed. This game doesn't, but Ukulele has a quiz section. Never forget Undead Ed. Out of curiosity, I'm actually gonna skip this, but I want to know what it is. I'm curious.
In Bubblegloop Swamp, there's no doubt which one of these is the odd one out.
Oh, green frog. Never mind. That was a low ball. Yay.
No one can win, I was assured by the makers of this board. It's not fair, I want to win. How I long to be real thin. Now you can take the prize on show. Well, up the winding stairs I go. You won't catch me, I've made sure. All the credit you'll now endure.
I'm just gonna let her go, huh? Okay. Which prize shall we take, Kazooie?
Me.
How about that grotty ugly thing? I think we should take Tootie.
That's what I meant.
Kazooie! No, get the washing machine.
Please, can we go home now, Banjo? I've had enough adventuring for one day.
Sure. Let's get out of this dump. I mean, who's stopping us from taking all three, right? Yeah, so here's a little parade of enemies. Well, not just enemies, unless you want to fight Tootie. So now you can learn everybody's name. But yeah, who's stopping us from taking everything? I like all the job titles. So there is more after this. I do have to fight Gruntilda after all. Keyboard Tappa, that's you. Big Clucker. They turned Gruntilda into a marketable plushie. I don't know how marketable it would be. At least give her 2 eyeballs that you take from acorns. I wonder, like, if there was ever any discussion of who gets what character in the middle of their name. Like, if people got to choose or someone higher up. Brentilda wears glasses? I never noticed that. I could never see the detail playing on an N64. The plushie is the single thing in the game that doesn't have 2 eyes. The other eye must exist out there somewhere. Or like, imagine being the guy who gets stuck with Longo. So I might be remembering this wrong, but the one we just saw, Ed Ginger O'Brien, I think he is where they got the name Jinjo from, because he is ginger. And I think, like, the Jinjo was just a placeholder name, and then they wound up keeping it because they got attached to it. Hey, Cyberfire, welcome! I took my freaking eyes, Piglet. We are just about to fight Gruntilda at the end. Spoilers, you have to fight Gruntilda. But right now we're just enjoying the parade of characters. Big Noisemaker. I read about it on the cutting room floor, so check the cutting room floor, it's there somewhere. Am I gonna play Tui after? Probably. Maybe not right away. I might do... I was thinking about Kirby 64 as like a little palate cleanser, and then I might do Tui after if people don't find that objectionable, because Tui is a bigger undertaking, but I would like to play Tui again as well. Nuts and bolts! How does one get the designation Big Butt? I mean, part of me wants to try nuts and bolts, at least just to know. Again, I mentioned earlier, but I've heard it's not bad, it's just not a Banjo game. You know? It's not what people were expecting. Sir Mix-a-Lot likes them. Oh yes, I have heard. As long as there is voices. There wouldn't be any voices in Kirby, unfortunately, but Kirby is also pretty short. Even 100%, I could probably do it in like 2 streams. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I think I remember where most of the crystal shards are. It's not a bad game, but it's not a true Banjo. That's what I've heard, and I can't say I'm really fond of the art direction. Like, I get that they're trying to go for a specific style, but I don't think the angular look works very well in its favor. Snorkel, did you climb back under? Big Cheese, thanks! Did you see? Trunker looks like a spud. Smash Banjo is good direction. Like, Smash Banjo looks fine. But I don't know, something about like the nuts and bolts design specifically, just, I don't know, it doesn't quite work for me, but again, that's just my own personal aesthetics. You had no idea Kazooie was a girl until nuts and bolts. I think it is easy to miss that she's a girl. I know it's mentioned somewhere, like maybe in the manual? If you play it in Japanese, Kazooie does speak with like a feminine speech pattern. I forget what pronoun she uses, but it is a feminine one. But, I mean, I wouldn't be able to read Japanese at the time when I first played it.
Hurry up and get us home, Banjo!
I'm going as fast as I can.
Hey, look over there! We missed a carrot.
Got him. Are you happy now? Come on, you two. We're ready to party. Great. I could do with a drink. Get Banjo a pint of something strong. Ah, yeah. This is happening.
Baron Bird did good, helped Mumble beat Witch.
They're grilling Royston the fish. Yeah, but they needed my amazing moves to do it.
No way. Me and Banjo were the stars of this game.
Oh yeah, no, the melon part is later.
What's the party for? Grunty got away, so get back up there and finish the job. I'm not going. Ow.
Yes, you are. Let's go. Wow, thanks, Tootie. What a buzzkill. You need an N64. There are so many games you want to play again. It was a good era of gaming, especially the platformer. Wonky controls aside. Why are you jumping around, 2D? That's all she knows how to do. It's a medical condition. Ooh, spooky. Mysterious. I feel like I'm going to regret not going back for gold feathers. I don't know why I didn't save that I'd gotten it. Maybe I made the save state in a weird spot, but whatever. So yeah, it's pretty strict. You can only miss 90 notes. You're a little too young, so you weren't sentient when N64 was in season. but you had one as a kid. I love the way you phrase that very much.
It's not over, stupid bear. See my picture over there? To fill it up is no mean feat. Lots of jiggies make it complete.
Yeah, whatever. Whoosh.
I'm sad to say down there you'll stop, 'cause I'm safe here at the top.
You were born in 99. Oh. I don't mean, again, that as a dig or anything. It just, I genuinely love the way you phrase that. You weren't sentient when the N64 was in season. That's so good. I hope you're proud of yourself, because you should be. Well, here's the machine. Sadly, we can't, like, throw Banjo in one side and Kazooie in the other to see what happens. How does it work? Like, how does it define beauty? Okay, good. Gold feathers is the least necessary? Yeah. They are, you do need them for a section of the final fight, but... You played a PS2 and a DSi, but those are the oldest things you've ever played. I feel so old. My first console was a Super Nintendo. What a disgusting smell.
Oh, visitors. Visitors for Dingbot. I like visitors.
It's a wonder you get any sewer breath.
What does strange birdie thing mean?
She said that we're looking for Gruntilda. Do you know where she is?
I sure do, Mr. Bear. Grunty's awful, you know. She was sicking me earlier on. If you can get rid of her, I'll be free. Don't be sure, you silly pot. Soon I'll have you nice and hot. See these filthy clothes I've got? When I've won, you'll wash the lot.
Don't worry, Dingpot. We'll sort her out if you can find us a way up there.
No problem. Just splash on in and I'll fire you up to the top.
Jump in there? No way, Dungbox. Come on, Kazooie. You get a chance to peck the witch's butt. Let's go. You said she was sick in there earlier?
That ugly bear, you feathered freak, is nothing but a stupid geek.
You currently have a top-loader NES. Ooh. I've never actually seen one of those. It probably transfers body fat and other skin problems. Could people take my skin problems? And if I was less stocky, that would be cool. Banjo doesn't get as much characterization as everyone else, but he's a nice bear. It is basically all you need. He's nice, a little dopey, but he's a nice dude. So this essentially doubles your health. Kind of like the last Great Fairy in Ocarina of Time. You never played consoles growing up, you were a PC gamer. Oh, see, I was the reverse. I didn't play PC games for a long time. I watched my dad play them, though. Takes you back to the day when you had to type C/win just to get to Windows after you turn on your computer. And having to use 7 floppy disks to install bad games. I do remember all the floppies. Banjo is a bear version of Kaboo, but with a less tragic background.
Did I tell you she puked in me? It was awful.
Yes. Thank you, Dingpot. Hopefully Banjo does not have, like, a tragic backstory. Slightly less tragic. Wait. What are you hoping to play, Cyberfire, with Project 64? Anyway, here we are.
I can't believe that furry pair got right up here. It's so unfair. But now the stupid bear must fight. This battle tests your skill and might.
I gotta remember how to fight her. Maybe that's not...
Ah, I see, it makes you sad to know your skills are really bad.
Oh, wait, no. I remember now. You have to get her broom. No, when she lands. There we go.
What was that? You got me now. You've really angered this old cow.
DK64 and Lego Racers. Anybody else here play Lego Island? I had that on PC. Oh, come on, depth perception. I never played Lego Racers, but I did play Lego Island. Are you gonna try and get 100% in DK64, Cyberfire? May Cranky Kong have mercy on your soul, if you do. You had all the old-timey Lego games. DK64 had Beaver Bother, though. Again, I've mentioned it before on stream, but I never want to do that again. We played Lego Island at a friend's place.
Magic spell of banjo homing. Get him now to stop his roaming.
Oh, right. Hang on. There we go.
It's too easy, so I fear. Now watch me step things up a gear.
And the only way to avoid that green blast is with the gold feathers. You can't dodge it, I don't think. Come on. Oh, I think I have to shoot eggs at her? I only kind of remember this fight.
Oh, I'm slow with all this lard. That egg of yours caught me off guard.
You played more of Lego Island 2 than the first game, and playing it now, it's so obviously unfinished. The Lego Island 2? Uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh, I got you once again.
It's nice. Oh, I didn't even see what she said. Whatever. I'm really worried I'm gonna, like, slide off. No. Camera. Camera. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. The ROMs of it have a glitch where the timers run faster than normal. Oh dear. You're trash? Aw, no, don't say that. I mean, as long as you're having fun. I don't like being elitist about skill level in games. I saw people saying, because I know the port of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne has like a merciful mode added for people who want to experience the story and not worry too much. But again, of course, you have people saying like, if you play in anything other than hard, you're not doing it right. It's like, it doesn't affect you, dude. Just let people play games whatever difficulty they want so they have a good time. Because I get the difficulty is part of the appeal of Mega 10 for some people, but like, it doesn't matter, man. Yeah. No. One more. Oh, why is this so hard to aim? Well, that was my fault. There we go. Okay, okay. Okay. Hang on. Oh, I can't read the chat right now because this is going too fast. Heck. Heck.
Oh no! What?
Well, that sucked. What the heck? Sniped. Why did I fall backwards? What kind of hot garbage? Jeez. Jeez. The music sounds a little bit like Teddy Bear's Picnic, that if you go down to the woods today part. Yes, that is in fact what her theme is based on. Oh yeah, that's what Endora said. Yeah, there's always a lot of gatekeeping on the difficulty of Mega 10, and I mean any difficult game. Like, people like to gatekeep about, like, and again...
Who's back up here? Oh my word, it's Beaky Fool and Hairy Nerd.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't affect you in what difficulty somebody chooses to play a game as, or game at. I don't know why people get so worked up about it. Like, especially accessibility features. Like, if more people can play a game.
A glancing blow, nothing more. Now I'll knock you through the floor.
Please don't do that. I don't want to clip through the floor and die. But yeah, I mean, like, accessibility features, the more people that can play a game, the more copies it'll sell, the more dev can make more dev work, dev do good. I went to Brazil, that's right. I'll know I've really made it as a streamer when I get people saying, Morri, come to Brazil. I've heard Portuguese is a really hard language to speak for English speakers, though. That's what happens in Castlevania Ninja Gaiden. Oh, because I faced away from the ledge. I see. Oh, that's right, you fried your Xbox.
No! I see you took that one. A few more and your life is gone. Here's my magnet, spell it last. Run and hide, you won't get past. It's too easy, so I fear. Now watch me step things up a gear.
Egg aiming is like the hardest part of this. One more? Yeah. I don't mean to turn the camera, it just kind of happens. Portuguese is Spanish, but you add a bunch of ois and aus sounds. It's not. Well, see, I've heard Portuguese is difficult for English speakers because the sounds are hard. But this is just hearsay. I don't know for sure. Aw, come on, the last one didn't hit her. Come on. Nope. Guess I should just wait. Then, I don't know, maybe it's relative. Portuguese sounds like gibberish to a Spanish speaker? Portuguese infuriates you, goodness. Portuguese is closer to Italian from what you understand. Cool. You really wish it just set you back a honeycomb and put you back on the platform when you fall in this fight. It's easy enough to die in this fight without insta-kill stuff, right? No, I got greedy. No! I'm so sad. Accessibility is one thing, but you think the original dev's intention on difficulty should be respected. I mean, there's that too. But I mean, again, it's the gatekeeping again. People saying like, oh, you know, you shouldn't be allowed to play the game if you don't play it on hard mode or whatever. You know? If you hold R where you shoot, the camera stays behind you? Does it?
I can't believe you're back again. Stupid bear and dibbird brain.
That doesn't even rhyme right, Grunty. Oh my gosh, Endora, if you're right, you will have saved me. It does work.
Did you hear that lovely clack? My broomstick gave you such a whack.
Have you been able to do this whole time and I just didn't know? What? You had a roommate from Brazil. Every time he spoke Portuguese, it made you upset because you could almost understand him but couldn't. Oh. Bottles didn't think it was important to tell me, I guess. Ah, jeez. No, I've not been using R for the camera. I've been using the C buttons. Because that's what I always did in the N64, was the C buttons. Well, that would have made Rusty Bucket Bay a lot less irritating, too. Well, I think even in the tutorials, he doesn't tell you about that. He just tells you how to do the basic stuff, like the claw swipe and the rat-a-tat rap and the... whatever that one's called, I don't remember.
Don't hit me, that's quite enough. I think you'll find the next bit tough.
Bottles isn't as cool as jam jars. That's true. Apparently jam jars is slang for the kind of glasses that Bottles wears, like the really thick frames. I'll be darned. Wow. Thank you, Endora. Playing League until you get your Switch controller set up for Project 64.
Oh, I got you once again. It's nice to see a bear in pain.
Grunty, your rhymes are... Like, you're not even trying anymore. Yeah. A bear in pin. Hang on, let me wait for the next cycle here. Okay. No, that's not what I... Jeez, even with the R button thing, it's still kind of fussy to line up. Ah, come on. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Can you just go to the next phase of the fight, please? This sucks. Come on. I just need the one more hit, please. I'm getting impatient, but there we go. It's good.
Off I fly then, 'cause we'll see if you can get the best of me.
Not bad so far, Banjo. Now use your aerial skills against the old buzzard with this fly pad. Oh, time to suffer, time to suffer, time to suffer. Nope. Of course she shoots fireballs at you while you're trying to aim. Of course she does. Ah! Yeah!
Another hit! I'm getting weak. I really need to take a leak.
Could you not, Grunty? Like,
Another whack, that's how it goes. Watch me fly and pick my nose.
stop. Stop. Such a thing as TMI, Grunty. I can even steer better in the air with R, sort of. It's a little fussier, though. Stop. Woo! Oh, that could have been really bad. Yeah, pause for a bathroom break.
Time out! Time out!
Oh no. Whoa! Oh, it was lucky. But I grossly misaimed that. Ugh.
I've given you another lump. Now it's time to take a dump.
Is this phase over yet? I'm really worried I'm gonna flub something. Oh, there we go.
I may be old and rather wide, but underneath this spell I'll hide.
Does it go away, or is this where you have to wait her out? I don't remember. Grunty, stop. Aha, here we go.
Nasty witch, speak too soon. Ginger's come to help Baron Bird. Come on then, you little punks. Grunty's spells will make you chunks.
Here we go, here we go. Go, go, go. No, I think I need multiple egg. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Get him. Get her. Get her.
Ooh, those nasty pointy beaks are causing swelling in my cheeks.
Beaks. It's fine, it's fine.
Get used to that. There's plenty more of other nasty spells in store.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. There's a glitch that can happen where the eggs don't do anything to the holes?
My broomstick failed with that last blow. Now on my legs, I have to go.
Camera out, camera out. Because I know she does her homing spell, spell. Oh no, I have to... Ah! I tried to put away the Talon Trot. I am the mighty Ginjonator. Activate me.
That's no good, you stupid jerk. The ginger statue will not work.
Oh, why does it go through the statue? Ow, stop. Stop. This is so stressful. Oh no! I'm almost out. I can't waste him. Because of this. Get in the hole! Ah! No! Oh. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Gomenne. Ganbaremasu. I'm gonna do it. You don't think there's a boss in any video game that leads the target quite like Grunty, right? Those shots are a lot harder to dodge than they look. Okay, yes.
That suits me fine. Your butts all burn.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize she was gonna say something unique. Laito. Laito. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Huh. You shouldn't call yourself an old cow, Grunty. I mean, Brentilda's clearly already doing some things to your self-esteem. I mean, like, middle-aged cow, at least. Sometimes effective to run in a tight circle. Sometimes it isn't, so who could say? Ugh. Yeah, I was feeling good about myself because, like, the initial Jinjo statue bit went well. And then, of course, the Jinjonator bit. That's the killer.
Magic spell, seek out your prey. It's sure to hit, oh happy day.
Oh, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Oh. Darn. Thought I was gonna be all clever and get her before she started firing, but... Oh, come on! Ugh. Cool, okay. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Don't get greedy. Yes. Doing good, doing good, doing good. No, missed. Sad. It's tricky because of the splash damage that fireballs cause. Uh-oh. Man, I had a free shot and I ruined it. Like that. No, no, no! We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I must kindly ask your patience. I hope you're not all rolling your eyes at me collectively. Oh, I don't even get to the flying bit. Ha! Abunai, abunai, abunai! It's too late. Yarareta. No, I save stated in a Rusty Bucket Bay even though I didn't want to. Because I was so sick. But no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I mean, I've done it on the N64 before. Yeah, this is a pretty hard fight, though. I mean, it's definitely a memorable one. You should see Banjo-Tooie's final boss. Which I recall is still pretty elaborate, but more fair. Or maybe fair isn't the right word, less frustrating. It's different, yeah. I'll say that much. It's whatever you think it's gonna be, it's not that. Except for Gruntilda being involved. Hopefully I'm good at GoldenEye. I never played well actually no, that's not true. I have played GoldenEye before. The only time I ever played it was I don't know, my mom went to visit a friend and I came with her, and said friend had like a teenage son or something who had GoldenEye on the N64. They were older than me, and I tried it briefly there. I mean, there's the first-person sections in Banjo-Tooie. It's the same edging, right? Oh, the splash damage is killer. You love GoldenEye. I didn't know you'd played it, Dawn. As long as it doesn't take me more than 40 minutes to beat Grunty, I'm better than you. Well, hopefully not. I mean, hopefully that it doesn't take me 40 minutes. I'm not here to compete with anyone. This is giving you Agent 3 flashbacks. This is easier than Agent 3, I'd say, but it's definitely, I think, like, it takes longer to do all the phases. Like, the fight itself is longer. Oh. 2 of the levels in Tooie are straight out of GoldenEye. You meet, the ordnance storage and, what was the one in Grunty Industries? I don't remember what it was called. I know there was the one in Mayhem Temple, too. Unless you mean, like, the layouts were from GoldenEye, which actually sounds right, now that I think about it. But again, I never really played GoldenEye, except very briefly. Actually, I briefly played the Wii version? I think it was on the Wii. At a convention. I mentioned doing a video game challenge at a convention before. And one round, me and someone from the other team were pitted up against one another. We had to play GoldenEye, the remake. Neither of us had played it before. So we were on a map that neither of us were familiar with. Trying really hard to No! Are you kidding me? Trying really hard to find one another. And people are like, he's right in front of you. And we're like, no, he's on another level. Because we were on different floors. Mayhem Temple's level was original, but Ordnance Storage and the Grunty Industries are based on Stack and Complex. Oh! Well, there we go. 'Cause, yeah, I feel like I've read that before. I feel like I read that one of the reasons they had Grant Kirkhope as the composer for this game is because they heard the work he did on GoldenEye and how he was really good at taking a theme, in that case the James Bond theme, and then doing multiple riffs on it that remain interesting. Since this game obviously has a lot of, like, leitmotifs that are reused frequently throughout levels. Or Grunty's theme here, too. The fact that I keep dying the same way by falling off. Firebee's right, I really wish, like, if you got knocked off, you just lost a honeycomb of health and got dumped back on the platform. Aw, come on, man. Grunty's fireball, you do kiss. I didn't see what she said. I would not like to make out with any fire, please, and thank you. That sounds unsanitary. Well, actually, no. You would cauterize the lit. Never mind. This is just getting weird. I could press L to moon jump. I have to move to make it tough, alright. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, kissing fire sounds extremely sanitary. The splash damage on this fire is the worst. Nope. Okay, well, at least I didn't fall backwards this time. It would burn all the bacteria and everything else. No. Good. See, I was facing backwards that time, but it didn't send me off the ramparts. Castle top. No. See, I was facing forward and it still sent me backwards. Ugh. We're gonna do this. Well, I don't know. What's on your mind, everybody else? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your week. What have you been doing? What have you been playing? I need something to distract myself from the stench of my failure. I'm not one to brag or boast, but after this you'll both be toast. No, we'll be pancakes, Grunty. We'll be pancakes on the ground after we fall off your lair again. You've been playing a ton of Splatoon. Me too. I keep looking for you online, but I've never caught you on yet. What time of day do you tend to play? Yeah, tell us your thoughts. What weapons do you like using? Boogie and I here. That's Dope You. We both play frequently. Oh, you did? Oh, is your name not Loser anymore? Because that's what I was looking for, and I didn't see it. Oh, it is. Did I just, like, not notice? That's entirely possible. Well, dang. I didn't notice. I'm sorry, Endor. Okay, maybe that's why. I'm so worried I'm gonna slide off. You don't know what your favorite is? It's also fun. Well, it's nice that you're experimenting with weapons, I assume. So I know it can get easy to kind of get stuck with your favorite, but I like using everything. And there's some I like more than others, obviously, but... Inkbrush Supremacy. And Luna Blaster Supremacy. I like really short-range weapons because I play super aggressively. before. No, don't do that. Jeez. I'm trying to press R preemptively to steady my aim, but if I do it too soon. No, it's not what I want either. Oh, we should do salmon run sometime. It really sucks when most of the weapons are bad. Yeah, some weapons are not well suited for salmon run. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, I'm free. I'm free. Mr. Gribbs loves the E-liter scope and Lost Outpost together. I like Lost Outpost, but yeah, I don't like scope chargers. I don't mind the E-liter if it's low tide on most stages. Here we go.
Ooh, you sniveling little pup. Have this bolt. I'm speeding up.
Ah, okay. You want to use one of the umbrellas, but you don't like any of the specials that come with it. What specials do you like? For me, my preferred sub and special combos are ones that are more aggressive. I don't mind the Ink Storm, because that could be good supplementary damage. Ah, heck. But like sub weapons, I love Splat Bomb's the best. I appreciate people that use beacons, but I don't really like using them myself because, you know, I'd rather have bombs. There we go. What is the worst salmon run weapon? And as much as I love the ink brush, it's not great for salmon run. Like, the speed can be useful, but it's not really strong enough to keep up with the demands of the enemy hordes. Ah! The first game you loved using the Octobrush with the beacon. The Octobrush was the first brush I learned to love. Gotcha. No, I'm all about the ink brush, baby. Well, the Octobrush is still good. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now we land. Am I missing any health? I don't remember. You always run out of ink? Yeah, it's difficult to manage one's ink in Salmon Run, especially because, again, it's so easy to get overwhelmed. Move, move, move. Okay, there we go. Come on, Grunty. Don't lead your shots. Rude. And I keep activating the Wonder Wing accidentally, which is also bad. I need to be more careful here. There. Grunty, please. Seriously. See what I mean? She leads her shots. Which is very clever for her, but frustrating for me. Oh. Go, 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 go. The rotation after this one looks like all Grizz weapons in the smoke yard. No, I just wanted more feathers. Okay. We're gonna do this. 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 Playing with fire towards the edge, I know. Okay, give me the Ginginator. Give me the Ginginator. No, that was not the right button. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. You little... Not little, you're very big. It's too slow. Just get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Yes! Dekimashita! This is so satisfying.
Grunty's strength will see me through. When Ginger's gone, I'll batter you.
How come I get jumped off the side so easily? You think she'd move?
It's all over, I can tell. But Grunty's got just one more spell.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if that could kill you? Yeehaw! Ouch.
Too heavy.
That's not even a rhyme, Grunty.
Grunty's dangerous for not being, so hurry, Grunty, rescue me.
Yeah, one more chance for insta-kill at random. Yeah, Grunty's cushioned by all her fat. It's fine. Ah, yeah. So this is another infamous scene of Rare being cheeky, let's say. You'll see. There she is. In the corner. Mind what she's carrying. Wahey! Grunty can only grunt and moan. She's now become part of the loam. Oh, this is great. Have we finished now, Tootie? Can I relax?
Sure, Banjo. You and Kazooie are heroes now. Did you hear that, Shorty? I'm a hero.
Yeah, I suppose you are. Well done, Kazooie.
Thanks, Goggles. You're not so dumb after all.
That's enough, Kazooie. Let's all watch the cast list now. What the heck kind of bear is that? So apparently, initially, that lady walking by, Nintendo was like, she's a little too provocative. I think you need to do something about that. So they covered up her chest by making her carry 2 large melons, a couple of coconuts, and a banana. Really subtle, Rare. Was she not considered attractive by Grunty standards? Oh, you mean the lady with the tray? And thus why didn't Grunty capture her, who presumably has no friends and family who would come rescue her, instead of An 8-year-old. Well, it's what it's what Dingpot said. Is that Tootie is apparently the cutest in all the land, but I don't know who's measuring that. This is what a cauldron thinks is cute, I guess. And the bucket's cute, I guess. Turn Grunty into a bucket. I love all the names they give stuff. It has such a goofy, almost fairy tale feel. Oh, here's the little chest that I murdered after it begged for its life. But it's okay, because it made fun of me. Why wouldn't a cauldron be more interested in another cauldron? Yeah, what about that Dingpot? That's kind of weird. Maybe Dingpot just likes teddy bears, I guess. So, thank you very much for sticking with me through that boss fight, everybody. I had a lot of fun going back to Banjo-Kazooie. I think I might, no promises, I might do Kirby 64 next, just as like something chill I can do for a couple streams. Hello, Gloop. Bloop. It's over! And then, I'm not sure, I'd probably do Tooie at some point. I don't know if people are itching for Tooie, and thus I should do it right after Kirby 64. Or there's something else people would like to see. I'm always up for suggestions. No promises. But yeah, I'm always interested in hearing what people might want to have me stream. I have something else in mind for if I ever need like a chill kind of game where my brain isn't in it, but I won't tell you what. I don't want to spoil the surprise. It's not that big of a surprise. The only hint you'll get is you'll have to probably put up with me singing all of the music. Thank you for sharing this cultural experience. You're welcome! I remembered belatedly, I think there's a honeycomb piece in, like, Tank Tup, the big turtle where Tip Tup is, but I didn't get it. Maybe I did get it, I don't know. Oh, Desert Bus. Not Crazy Bus, it's gonna be Desert Bus. No. A Sonic song? Not a Sonic song, but Sonic Adventure is on my to-stream list. And this would be kind of like a side chill thing. Or a Sonic game, you mean? But yeah, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 are definitely on my to-stream list. I wouldn't be able to do voice acting, for better or for worse, for those, because it's fully voiced dialogue. You'd probably hear me making fun of the dialogue a lot. I mean, there are, like, NPCs that communicate in text in Sonic Adventure, but it's not the same. I wonder if they come up with these names by, like, going to the pub and everybody has some beers and just spitballs goofy names to give things like Grabba and Slappa. You can't fool me, that's just a floor master. Can't be as bad as Radiant Dawn voice acting. I played a bit of Path of Radiance, and I enjoyed it. I think the voice acting was fine, but I don't know what Radiant Dawn is like. My Path of Radiance experience is plunking Shinon in some bushes, and everybody killing themselves on Shinon because they can't hit him. Spyro could be interesting. I've never played a Spyro before. Tee-hee. That is not a tee-hee. Mist sounded perfect in Path of Radiance. Did they change her voice actress? Mist is Ike's sister, right? I think? Then they hired a literal child, gave the child helium, and asked them to do Rolf and Mist in Radiant Dawn. Oh. I feel like it's kind of a tricky biz hiring child voice actors to voice child characters. Because on one hand, you get a little more verisimilitude in the voice, but they may not necessarily have the acting chops to carry it. There's the issue of puberty as well, too. You watched part of a playthrough where someone hated Shinon and put him up front to die? He did not die. That's so perfectly in character. I love that. In terms of PS1 platformers that didn't really go anywhere afterwards, you think Crash is the better series? I always wondered about Crash looking kind of claustrophobic to play, just based on the sort of linear corridors of the levels. Because I was used to the more, like, the bigger sprawl of, say, Mario 64, and even then, there's something about Crash, like, made me uneasy, but that's really hard to quantify. I mean, I haven't played Crash, so. Mist and Roll for young adults in Radiant Dawn, but they sound like they're 3 or 4. Yeah, there she is again. Really subtle, Rare. Where do all these coconuts come from? Mumbo, what are you doing? Really subtle, Rare.
Hey, Mumbo got secret photograph.
Nice one, Bone Brain. What's on them?
Got pictures of things you missed. Secrets used in next game.
Ooh, did you hear that, Kazooie? We're going to be in another game.
Great, so let's see the pictures then, skirt boy.
What's wrong with the skirt, Kazooie?
Did you get all 100 jigsaw pieces?
Or jiggle physics? We sure did, Mr. Mumbo.
Yeah, so show us your secrets, Mask Midget. Kazooie, please. Pictures show things you missed. Secrets that are for new game, Banjo-Tooie.
Ow, Mumbo's skull. Banjo-Tooie? Sounds great. Is it any good? I would hope so.
Mumbo's jaw dropped in awe.
Hey, why isn't it called Banjo-Kazooie Tooie? I'd better be in it too, short stuff.
Banjo-Tooie make Banjo-Kazooie look like joke. Mumbo show you pictures of stuff can use in new game. Here, take a look.
If you don't have all 100 jiggies, he's like, no, get all 100 jiggies.
Find first secret on the beach.
Hey, Shorty, how did you make that rock rise up?
Mumbo not telling.
Hey, Kazooie having the nerve to call someone else short. Wow, a secret cavern.
Bear and bird must climb to top.
What's up there, dumb skull?
Wait and see, oh filthy feathered one.
Why are you so mean, Kazooie? Oh, it looks rather high. Don't worry, Banjo. It looks like I have to get us up there. I mean, you fell off the big tree in Click-Clock Wood a few times. I feel like you should be inured to the fear of heights. Yeah, who hurt you, Kazooie? Closest thing through a 2D platformer in 3D until Mario 3D Land and World came out. Oh. Well, that's interesting.
Next secret found in snow.
Well, that's Wuzz's cave. He called you smelly. We've already been in here.
Hey, what was that egg for on the beach? Tell us. Bird, be quiet. Watch picture.
What's through here? Oh, a giant ice key.
I know where I'd like to stick that. Another secret can get in desert.
Nice, Mumbo. Please tell us what the eggs and key are for.
No, bird rude to Mumbo. Not tell.
I wonder what's in here.
Huh. It's only another egg. Whoa.
Wow, how do we get to those?
Mumbo not telling. Find out in Banjo-Tooie.
What a tease. Nintendo making Rare not do stop and swap because of hardware risks. Remind you what Rare wanted to do with GoldenEye. To reload guns, they wanted to remove the rumble pack and plug it back in, but Nintendo shot that down. Ugh. That would be so clunky. So clunky. And it would definitely cause problems.
Rock so heavy, but Klungo must rescue mistress. All the jiggies you did snatch. Oh, but I'll be back for my Runex.
There it is. We did it! Well, of course, she's under a rock. Sorry, I forgot to do it at the front, or at the beginning. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I had a lot of fun going back to this game. Sorry about the third part where I was completely addlepated by allergies, but we did it. It's good, it's fine. Klungo's doing his best. Digging isn't a thing. He's trying. I'm really happy people had fun, because I had a lot of fun doing this. And falling off stuff. So, I will catch you on Tuesday for maybe Kirby. I guess we'll see. Meantime, please stay safe, take care, have a wonderful weekend. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.